Hello, everyone. Thanks for joining me today for today's topic. I hope everyone is doing well and things are going great. Today, I want to talk to you about the power of waiting. When we talk about the power of waiting, we're basically talking about delay, and that's delaying gratification. Because with delayed gratification, it gives you a certain amount of control over yourself, your thoughts, and your feelings. And what it is, delayed gratification is the ability to resist the temptation of instant pleasure. Instead of giving in to temptation, you should hold out for the hopes of getting a better and longer lasting future reward. When you know the practice of delayed gratification, you can wait for what you truly want. Now, we're going to discuss that here today. Because delaying gratification brings about a certain level of satisfaction. And that's the part I want to try to get you to understand here today. Because, a lot of times we rush into buying things, into purchasing things, to getting what we want because we want that quick fix. And then once we get what we want, we soon come back and say, I wish I had waited. Or if things don't work out in a relationship, we tend to look at it in a sense of saying, if I had known she was like this. And basically what that is, that's that hindsight that's telling you what you should have known if you had delayed gratification. And as they say, hindsight is always 20/20. If you ever notice that in some situations when you buy things, they always give you what is called a 3-day right of rescission. And that basically saying you get 3 days to decide if you want to keep this or not. And what that does is it allows you to purchase the item, but at the same time gives you time to think about it. And so what I want guys to understand or take from this is that when you see a woman that you like, and this is something I've had to practice, if you see a woman that you like, if it's a situation where you can see her every day, then you sit back and watch. You watch how she behaves, how she treats other people, how she talks, how she carry herself. And what I found out that if I watch someone long enough, it soon lets me know that that's not what I want. So if you kind of imagine when you first see someone, you're all caught up into the excitement. Your emotions are telling you one thing. The adrenaline is telling you one thing, and you're just going with it. But what you should take the time to sit back and look at, say, hey, I'm going to watch this person. I'm going to see how they handle things. Like I was looking at something the other day, and it was saying that if you really want to know someone, take them to dinner and watch how they treat the waitstaff. And I thought that was a good example of watching someone, how they treat other people. And that's where this delayed gratification comes in. That if you sit back and you watch them, not in a sense of letting them know you're interested, but just sit back and watch them as a spectator. And you'll start seeing all the things that maybe you don't like. Because if you think about it, some of you have met a woman, you start spending time with her, and soon after, within, let's say, a week or two, however, you soon realize, I really don't want to talk to her. But if you had practiced delayed gratification, just slowing down, getting your thoughts together, raising your personal value, don't be so quick to try to get her goodies. You'll soon see that you really don't want this person. It was your emotions that was talking. And I don't know if some of you have gone to the store and you bought something, and then when you get it home, maybe after a day or two, you realize, I shouldn't have bought that item. You know, maybe I should have waited. And then you want to take it back to the store. I've never wanted to do that. If it's something I think I want, I may take a few days, a few weeks, and I really think about, do I really need this? Do I really want this? Is this something I'm really going to use? Because I don't want to waste the money buying something that I really, really feel that I don't want. And so I took that on to apply it to women. If I'm in a situation where I see someone on a daily basis and I can watch her, I notice it kind of like takes me to a level of maybe I really don't want her. And I kind of lose interest after a while. If it's a situation where I may or may not see her as often, I try to watch her for that moment. And then if the conversation goes on and I can arrange to see her again, then I take my observation to the next level. So basically what guys should try to consider is that slow down, watch, learn, and listen to these women. Because once you slow down and you take your emotions out of it, you take your hormones out of it, you can begin to see them for who they truly are. Some guys go into a situation where you hear or you see a girl saying or doing something, okay? You may hear her talk about all the stuff she wants, all the stuff she wants to do, but yet she don't have any money to do all these things. And I think a good example would be like the girls in the Philippines. They have all these hopes and aspirations of doing things, taking care of the family, but what the guys don't realize, these girls are not doing it out of their pockets. They're doing it out of the guy's pockets. And what the guy go at it trying to do is impress them with doing all this until one day he realized he can't keep it up. But if you delay this gratification and learn about this girl, okay, is she the type to go to work? Is she the type that is looking for someone to support her family? Is she the type that want to go abroad to work? Because she's either going to go abroad on her own or she's going to go abroad by finding a guy to take her abroad. See, when you look at these type of girls, those are the ones that are going to be more apt to use you, to take advantage of you, because you're thinking that if I give and give, she's going to like me. Until one day she done used you up and what you were feeling is now gone. But now it's too late because everything you had has been used up. And this is why delayed gratification is so important. Because if you delay that instant pleasure and get to know her, you'll soon hear her conversation, you'll see her behavior, and from there you can determine that what is it that this girl really, really want from me. So fellas, keep in mind, you have value. And that's what delayed gratification gives you. It gives you self-worth. And this is why it's important to slow down, to think, to look, Okay, it's like that railroad crosser would say, stop, look, and listen. And that's what we need to practice when it comes to them. And that's something I've had to learn. Stop, look, and listen. With that delayed gratification comes healthy boundaries. It doesn't hurt to say no. If someone is trying to cross your boundary, don't be afraid to say no. Don't be afraid to lose, because you're really not losing anything, because what can you lose if what you are afraid of losing doesn't add value to your situation? You haven't lost anything. If anything, you have dodged a bullet. I recall a Filipina telling me one time, we were sitting talking, and she was talking about she worked because she has to help take care of her father. And she went on talking about how she wants to be with me and that she will stop working. And my first question is, well, if you stop working, who's going to take care of your father? She immediately said, you. And I immediately replied back, no, I'm not. She gets up and walk away. So by me practicing delayed gratification, by me having healthy boundaries, I dodged a bullet. And this is what I try to see. This is what I try to get guys to see that go to the Philippines. They see this pretty face, this nice body, and they want to jump in head first and wallet out. You are going to get sucked up. So think about this. Like, subscribe, share. If you know anyone that can benefit from my messages, please feel free to share with them. And let's learn to slow down. Remember, delayed gratification. All right, I'll see you guys on the next topic. If you have any questions, put them down in comments. Share with your friends. Take care.